Alright, it is 9:27 a.m. March 19th, 21, and yeah, I did not look at this list of stocks that are up today. They have all been disappointing, but I did put this one SPCB just because it looked very interesting. It kind of had a bit of a downtrend now, but I don't know, it looked like something that could maybe try breaking a day high and do a very nice run. It could still probably do it. Somebody said it was easily available to short, so that could definitely mean that this stock is gonna be a potential squeezer. OTC stocks is really what I'm looking at. MRPI, very nice run up over many days. Kind of broke past this 44 level. Let's see if it can try to hold it. IMTL, I'll be interested in a number 5 setup with this. This is why it's on the main list right here. Just in case it happens to do it, I'll be quick to see it. And AABB, I like it. It looks like it could do a nice number 5. It kind of had topping action. If we go look and see several days, kind of looks like it's having that topping action. Like it was having this nice uptrend here from the 14s to the 40s, right? So every single one of these is a day. Nice number 5 setups. Although yesterday wasn't too much of a number 5 setup, it didn't drop that much, but kind of had this topping action. As you can tell, dropped near the end of the day. That's kind of like a sign that, hey, something could happen. If we have a morning panic today, I'll be very interested in it. This is where I'm at right now. Just going to be looking for number 5 setups. Alright, it's 9:36. I did not get in this trade, AABB, because it didn't really drop that much, and it was up on the day. So yesterday's close was at 39 cents, so it opened somewhere here, right in the 44s, and then it goes from 44 to 41. Not even a 10% move, so it had a nice price action. I mean, it came back nicely, but it just was up on the day. It didn't drop that much. It didn't go red on the day. Maybe if it did this tiny drop right and it was down on the day, that would be something else. But it was up on the day. It dropped. Wasn't even red on the day. So I didn't do it. The price action was there. The level 2 was there, but how much down it was on the day, that was not there. It looks like we might get a follow-up dip. Another one. NRPI, this one was better, but the problem is that it wasn't much volume, and there was always a big seller on the ask, and he would like disappear here and there, and then it would uptrend once he's gone. So I don't regret missing that one just because of that. AABB's dropping again. Maybe if it drops and cracks this 41 level and does some kind of a max panic, maybe wipes everybody out who bought the stock up, I'll be interested in buying that. As of now, this is where I'm at. I don't really see any other stocks that did a nice number 5 setup that I would be interested in trading. So this is where I'm at. It's just it didn't drop that much, and it was up on the day, so nothing wrong with that. Although it doesn't now look red on the daily chart, so that might be a good thing. Yeah, if it cracks this level right here, that will be nice. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll make a higher low, but I'd rather it crack it. We'll see how this one continues to go. If it drops and actually goes red on the day or something like that, that would be very nice. But that's just speculation. Who knows what it will do? But I did know this: SPCB faded. Big surprise for Nasdaq stocks. Alright, 9:50 a.m. I had to cut losses on the trade. It just wasn't going the way I wanted. It did do this nice drop, right? So, and it did crack the day low right here. So that was impressive. Created max panic. My problem is that I thought it was already done. It's clearly still had room to go. So this was actually a loss, and it was a $44 loss. I got in at 41.6, I got in at 41.2. I got losses at 40. Just wasn't working out, so that's the reason why I got out. I could try holding 40 here officially, the round number of 40, but I will be waiting. It's not really an ideal number 5 setup just because of the fact that You know, it's not the initial drop, but you know, I'll be watching this. It looks like it's gonna do it now, and that's totally fine. I don't regret cutting losses there because this thing could have easily have cracked under 40, and that would have been even worse. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind if it's a quick turnaround like this. And that's funny, now it's up on the day. That's pretty impressive. Again, I bought at I really don't regret this. All you have to do is just learn from it. I bought at 49, right? And yeah, I was just a minute off. There was just way too much selling. I got in at 41 too, so that was near the top of this candle, right? So then when we got here at 40, I said no, I want to get out. Looks like I got out at yeah, I got out at 40 flat, and 40 held. It was just too scary, you know. Didn't look like 40 was gonna hold at the time. Maybe I'll consider this follow-up dip right here, but I'll have to be cautious. Alright, it is 10:02 a.m. MRPI. I considered it a little for a buy because it looks a little bit like a bull flag, but I don't know, I wanted it to drop more. It looked like it was just doing random consolidation. I really like the exact pattern, and I probably need to be less picky with stuff like that, but yeah, definitely you know, the big green candle shows up, right? But I don't know, now I wouldn't be interested in it because it's obviously doing a breakout, and I don't really do breakout setups. I do dips a lot. I like dips a lot. SPCB, to no one's surprise, it was like, maybe I'll give it a chance. Nope, listed stocks are still horrible unless you're a short seller. I think I learned my lesson here with AABB. I just probably shouldn't have even been trading this stock because of the fact that it's not really down a lot or really up a lot either. It's just, you know, plain randomness. It did have like a baby number 5, but again, it didn't drop that much, and on top of that, it didn't go red on the day. It was still green on the day. It was a gap up that downtrended. It wasn't really that good of a setup. I could have done much better. I will be interested in this stock. I like this stock, but only if it does a big morning panic, or ideally a panic before 12, and then I will be interested in it, or maybe some kind of a breakout setup, that too. But this is nothing to trade. That was a great lesson learned. I'll be looking for other OTC setups, but this is where I'm at right now. Probably no more number 5 setups unless the stock drops like 50-40% on the day. If it doesn't do that, I probably won't be interested in that setup, which I would call number 5. Otherwise, if it spikes a lot and it kind of dips a little, makes like a bull flag or something like that, those are mini dip buys. I'll consider those. I'll look at breakouts too, but really just want to play it safe and try trading only breakouts. Not breakouts, dip buys. Okay, it is 10:19 a.m. Considered buying around here, but it's a bit too late. It'd be a chase even if it's just 10 pennies. This thing could be a nice breakout over this triple top right here, and I'm actually looking at a listed stock. Could you imagine that? If we go back to like a 14-day chart, it is pretty significant. Where it is right now, it still has some resistance in the 50s and one at $10, but if it can do like a nice crack over this previous range right here, and it continues to keep going, especially when you count this day right here, March the 4th, it could do a nice run-up potential. But I'm not gonna, you know, trade a large position. If I do, it'd probably be like a $500 max position. Just playing it safe, maybe even wait for a confirmed breakout. I'm not gonna just trade it randomly or consider it until it does something like that, just to play things extra safe, because the markets are overall kind of down on the day in a kind of depressing way. It looks like it's trying to rebound now, but we're starting to fade pretty hard, so you know that could affect the overall stocks. MRP, I just have no interest in it. once it kind of broke out into this new range, it could continue uptrending. It's just that I didn't see anything that I necessarily wanted to trade with this, so that's where I'm at right now. I'll be looking at that stock. Otherwise, it's going to be no trading probably. Alright, it is 10:24, about to be 10:25, and yeah, I did it. No, I didn't get in this trade. Just, you know, Nasdaq's very common random green candle, big green candle, not random, but just a big green candle that makes it all look so easy and simple in hindsight. Very nice now in the 950s. Did not take in any positions, just, you know, because it wasn't looking too good until it was. At this point, I will be interested in this stock if it makes like a bull flag, a nice downtrend to the same breakout level, and it holds it, and then it uptrends. I'm not going to make the mistake of it falling towards the level and then it's consolidating, I buy it, and then it breaks it. I'm going to wait for it to actually, if it does it, of course, drop to the level, consolidate, and then show some kind of an uptrend, and then I'll take a buy into it. Otherwise, I'm going to stay away from this one, just to play things extra safe. Pretty impressive now in the 960s. I'll be looking forward to a dip buy opportunity. I'm going to take it easy. I don't have to trade this, but you know, if it's there, I'll trade it. Okay, it's 10:29, 10:30 now. It's continuing the spike, but the problem now is that this thing could just be a double top right here from yesterday, so that's going to be an issue. It is above this level right here from this day, and it did break out at this level right here, the 925. It got past that triple top right here. It's now in the 990s. The problem is, again, could double top very easily here at $10, and that could be pretty bad. There is people on the ask there ready to sell at 10. It could obviously do it, today being a Friday and all of these nice things, but now if it does some kind of a bull flag or a downtrend or some kind of a thing where you say, oh, that could be a dip buy opportunity, I don't want to do it anymore, because it could be just continue to downtrend from there, a continue to downtrend, because it technically did a double top. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just not going to trade it. Looks like it's going to do a dip, but I'm just not going to buy it. Even if it dips and then it bounces and then breaks 10, you know, that's a bit scary, because it could always just continue to fade. And right now I just don't want to trade any bad setups. Just gonna wait for good setups, if there are gonna be any today. I don't see any stocks that are down like 30, 40, 50% on the other screen of the OTC. So yeah, I'm just gonna play it safe, gonna keep watching. It is what time is it? It is 10:31, so I'll be waiting a little longer more, but at some point I am gonna call things off, because it is gonna be midday. And you know how it goes with midday. It could be a lot of random choppiness, nothing really sincere, although sometimes there are some very nice breakouts over 12 o'clock, like nice 12 o'clock breakouts and panics, but those are kind of sketchy. I'll just have to keep looking in the meantime. Alright, we have an update 10:36. So very nice. It broke 10. That's pretty good. It broke the thing from yesterday. Very nice. Yeah, besides the few times I could have entered a trade there, no other times I really would have bought this stock. At this point, 11 might be resistance, and the all-time high 1150-ish is going to be potential resistance too. If it does a nice drop towards 10 maybe and it holds, I'll be considering that for a dip buy. I might even trade 100 shares, but if it doesn't, or it's not that exact, or I'm just too picky, that's fine. I'll miss the setup. But very nice to have called it from here. This is one of the stocks I had saved on the other watch list on the other screen for exactly this setup. Listed stocks that are uptrending that might break a previous high. So that's where I'm at right now. Again, it's going to be resistance close to at 11 and 1150 potentially, because they're just round numbers. 1050 might be one too, but I'll be looking at this if it ever makes like a nice bull flag that I could buy into. Other than that, this is a very nice run up. Alright, it is 10:51. I'm gonna make an update over the trades that I made here. Was really interested in the bull flag, and major levels of resistance were not so much 1050, but 1048 and 1038 were levels of resistance. At least it would tend to have a lot of people on the ask at those prices. So what happened? I had two trades. One was I filled out in and out small positions, just 10 shares, which is $100 position, and it started from 1043. Right when the level 2 started to look nice, you see this green candle looks like it was maybe gonna do some uptrending, some nice price action, and then from here till 46, so 43, 44, 45, 46. I took a few buys, and then I really wanted to base it off of this 1020 level, so that was my risk, just because it had this little stutter step here. That's where I wanted to risk it off of. And when it cracked that one, I got out at 1047, so it was the first one. And then it looks like in the level 2 it was actually holding for the first time, like actually holding. The bid was actually holding. It wasn't just doing this downtrend. Again, this is like a bull flag, but this one's a very ugly one, so I don't regret that it didn't work out, that I made lost $10 here, just because it just didn't really work out. It just looks so ugly. It just looks ugly. That's what happened. It was an ugly bull flag. And then once it looked like it was actually holding this level here at what is it, 49, I bought at 49 this first green candle right here, just showing that it's trying to hold itself together. The wick was higher than this one, and then we had this spike here. 1038 was a level of resistance. It broke it, right, and it was doing nice, but I decided to sell at 41, even though it broke past 38, just because 48 is also another level of people, another level of resistance. So I went ahead and I sold there, just out of curiosity. Wondered if the VWAP would do anything. I have no clue what this one is. It's a zigzag. So once it came to be that, I just went ahead and sold, just played it safe. It looked like it spiked as high as 1065, so clearly could have sold for more. Again, was just kind of thrown off because even though it broke 1038 and it was showing that it was holding very nicely here, just remembering all the people who were on the ask at 1048, and then at the higher levels, I just considered selling there, and that was a $14 profit. Could have probably held longer, but was probably just kind of tired of it doing this downtrending, and I don't want to really be into the downside of a move again. So that was my idea with that. I don't regret it. I learned from it. I liked that I was able to scale in and sell at once. This thing can continue the uptrend. SPY, the overall market, is just trying to rebound. It made like a uptrending inverse head and shoulder, so that's good, and it could continue moving, but I think I'm gonna just call it off here. I learned a lot. AABB, just don't trade it. It's just don't scalp it. Oh, it dropped a little, let's buy it. At least I didn't do that. Or if I was going to, at least trade a small position size, just because, okay, yeah, it dropped a little, but it's not really doing much on the day. It didn't drop much on the day, didn't go red on the day, didn't drop very much. And then when it did this follow-up drop, right, I probably shouldn't have traded full size. Had I have traded half, well, not half of my normal, like, $800 position size or whatever, something much smaller, not my bigger size that I've been planning to do, probably would have been like a small $20 loss. $40 loss is still fine. I just didn't want to, in the future, I don't want to trade a larger size if it does a follow-up panic. It has to be an initial panic for me to consider trading, and I learned a lot from that. Just not good to trade a stock that is doing stuff like this, not up a lot, not down a lot, not moving a lot, sure, but it's just kind of like degenerate day trading. Very happy that I was there for the SLGG movement. Wow, it's a big red candle, because it just broke this level, this triple top broke the previous high here, broke yesterday's top at 10. Very impressive move. Sure, I could have loaded up here, but it was hard for me to find a level of risk off of, I guess, $9 in theory. So yeah, very nice move here. I'm just gonna call things off. Learned a lot of lessons, and I look forward to rewatching this just to learn from me. I gotta catch up with a lot of orders. It's been an ugly rainy day outside, and yeah, I look forward to the next week. Okay, I was pretty much planning to call things off. I was just getting ready to upload my trades on Profitly and do all that stuff, but I can't ignore it. This thing is doing, well, at least, it might not do it, but it could do what you call an inverse head and shoulder, shoulder, head, and then it held $10 here. This will be a great level to risk off of. And now we're looking at a potential shoulder. It could be an uptrending inverse head and shoulders, which would be good. It did top at 11, which is like the all-time, not the all-time high, but it's like the round number 11. And then the all-time high is like 1150. So if we get like a very nice shoulder and it's an uptrending inverse head and shoulders, I don't see why I can't trade it. So I'm going to be watching this stock. Maybe I won't do it, or maybe I'll miss it. Ideally it makes the shoulder a bit lower, maybe in the 40s, but if it does it in the 60s, I'll have to maybe consider trading it, but a larger, smaller size. But that's what I'm thinking right now. We'll see how it goes. It doesn't have to do it, but if it does, I might trade it. Alright, it's 11:15. Yeah, it did do the inverse head and shoulders, but this was way too quick. Would have liked it to have maybe had a few more candles holding, but I guess that's how excited some people were to dip buy this stock. Definitely a cleaner looking bull flag in this mess I was buying into for sure. And yeah, it went from 1060 to 1118. Very nice. I think 1120 maybe. It didn't do much more than that. It was too quick. Nice uptrending inverse head and shoulders. It was just not a wide shoulder here. It was very quick, as I mentioned, and I don't regret missing that. Definitely looking forward to rewatching this. Learned a great lesson with trading just random stocks. Like, I mean, AABB isn't a random stock, but it's like random percent gain up or down. It's not really doing too much. It was good for me to not consider buying this, or at least, because of the fact it didn't really drop that much, but it did work. Could maybe consider a smaller position, but probably would just avoid these unless it does like a clear, number 5 pattern or some kind of a clear breakout setup. Right now it looks like an uptrending head and shoulders. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Don't regret the second trade because it could have cracked 40, and that would have been pretty bad. So again, I'm gonna just call it off. A lot of trading, a lot of learning, a lot of things that I get to I guess digest over the weekend to just really think about, and I'll be ready for next week, hopefully.